Hi students, welcome to lesson 18, Impact of Industrialization and Urbanization in India. Indian society is the conglomeration of various ethnic, religious, linguistic, caste and regional collectivities. In spite of differentiation in each of these collectivities, for example, socio-cultural and historical background, India is characterized by its unity and diversity. India has been invaded by Mughals, Britishers and so on. In spite of being ruled by foreigners for a long period of time, it could have held its unity and cohesiveness. India, which is a grand synthesis of cultures, religions and languages of the people who belong to different castes and communities, have become a unique mosaic of cultures. We also find diversity in living patterns, lifestyles, land tenure systems, occupational patterns, law and practices and rights related to birth, marriage, death and so on. All these patterns are being changed or modified due to rapid growth of technology and urbanization. In the era of modernization and globalization, science and technology and education are given highest priority as they are providing an opportunity for the people to mold their lives as per their desires. The people who were deprived of enjoying the life to the fullest due to the traditional values are now able to enjoy the benefits due to the advancement in the field of science and technology. In this lesson, we will try to study the changes brought up in the Indian society due to the impact of urbanization and industrialization. The students will be able to explain the meaning of urbanization, explain the meaning of industrialization, explain the changes taking place in the Indian society. Urbanization. Urbanization can be defined as a process which reveals itself through temporal, spatial and sectoral changes in the demographic, social, economical, technological and environmental aspects of life in a given society. Urbanization is a process, is a progressive concentration of population in urban unit as per Kingsley's Davis. The changes due to urbanization are manifested in the increased concentration of population in urban settlements which are larger than rural population. Majority of the urban population are involved in secondary and tertiary sector for livelihood. These urban centers have acquired certain social and cultural traits which are different from that of the traditional rural societies. Urbanization is interlinked with the process of industrialization and modernization. The process of urbanization is very fast, especially in the developing countries like India. But it is evident that the urban growth is due to the rapid growth of service sector than the growth of industrial sector. The Census of India recognizes all those settlements as urban which either have a statutory status like municipal committee, corporation, notified area committee or cantonment board, estate office and so on, or fulfill all the following conditions like a population of more than 5,000, more than 75% of the male working population is engaged in non-agriculture activities and the density of population is more than 400 persons per square kilometer. Now let us discuss about industrialization. Industrialization is a process in which the nation's economy is transformed from agriculture economy to that of the industrial economy, which is based on manufacturing of goods. In the industries, the manual labor is often replaced with the sophisticated machinery which contributes for mass production and often replacing the craftsmen with the assembly lines. Now let us discuss about the characteristics of industrialization. The first one is it includes economic growth, the more efficient division of labor, And the third one is the use of technological innovation to solve the problems as opposed to dependency on conditions outside of human control. The Government of India has passed Industrial Policy Resolution in the year 1948. As per the IPR 1948, the Government of India has taken control of 20 industries like iron and steel, automobiles and transport vehicles, aircraft, electrical machinery, heavy machinery, machine tools, heavy chemicals, fertilizers, drugs and pharmaceuticals, cement, sugar, rubber manufacturing, coal and electric power, and so on. In the year 1991, the Government of India under the leadership of 𝗧𝗕 Narasimha Rao has initiated the economic reforms at a massive scale. The government has liberalized the policies, encouraged privatization and globalization. These policies have boosted the industrialization process in the country. Now let us discuss the impact of industrialization on India. Industrialization has transformed the economical condition of the nations by mass production with the use of technology and science. It also affected a wide range of social institutions, changed the prevalent values and attitudes of the people. The first one is expansion of market. In the traditional Indian society, there used to be traditional network of economical exchange, such as barter system, where people used to exchange the commodities or services, and 𝗪𝗓 system, where we used to have two classes. One is 𝗪𝗓, the owner, and the other one is 𝗓𝗏, the person who is going to render the services. With the industrialization process, the traditional economic exchange system has been replaced with the market economy, where monetary exchange started dominating both the social and economical relationship. The traditional system, which used to strengthen the social relationship, have weakened and the labor have been free to work in the industries in return for the monetary wages. As the industries have been increasing, division of labor based on specializations came into existence. It also gave birth to various social classes. The new economical system has affected each and every sphere of life. Industrialization on one side has provided all the individuals to take up the occupation of their choice, improve economical and social condition which otherwise not possible in the traditional Indian society, as caste system played a vital role in the life of the people, including occupational choice, which was limited to traditional caste occupation. On the other side, it has increased the disparities among the people, the rich becoming richer and the poor are being exploited. In the industrial societies, the family and community have lost its importance in the provision of services. Second one, occupational changes. In the traditional or pre-industrial societies, a major section of its people depends upon agriculture sector for livelihood. According to Census Report 2011, 57% of the Indian population even now depends upon agriculture sector. With industrialization, the occupations in secondary and tertiary sector have been increasing. In the manufacturing process, industries need a variety of labor, each performing a specialized task. In addition, the finished products or goods need to be sold in the market. The industries have to advertise the products by which they can reach the customers and motivate them to use their products. The process of manufacturing and selling the products leads to expansion of trade, commerce, transport, communication and other commercial activities through the linkage effect. The public and the private sector both try to educate the people, which will enhance the required skill sets among them to suit the market demands. The governments also try to strengthen the infrastructure and public services which necessitate the industrial growth. According to 𝗏𝗏, there are three processes of occupational changes. They are shift of workers from agriculture to industrial and commercial employments. People are motivated to relocate themselves to the industrial sector due to higher wages. In the industries, the workers will be alienated from the process of planning and execution of complete work. The work is subdivided into smaller units with increase in skills. Due to complex division of labor, the people with higher skills and experience get more benefited. In industries, a large number of workers with different skill sets will be employed. In order to ensure smooth and speedy functioning for the industries, by bringing all the people together, there needs a bureaucratic system. Third one, demographic changes. Industrialization has been influencing the demographical conditions of a nation. It has impact on fertility, mortality and migration of people. The highly industrialized countries have witnessed the demographic transition. According to demographic transition theory, there are 5 stages. In the first stage, in the pre-industrial societies, the birth rate and death rate was very high. In the second stage, the death rate has been declined to the improvement in food supply and sanitation, better living standards, public health measures and advancement in medical treatment and so on have increased the life expectancy and reduced diseases. In this stage, there is increase in population due to decrease in death rate and birth rate being constant. In the third stage, the birth rate falls due to various fertility factors such as access to contraceptions, increase in wages, urbanization, a reduction in subsistence agriculture, an increase in the status and education of women, a reduction in the value of children's work, an increase in parental investment in the education of children and other social changes. In this stage, both the birth rate and death rate started to decline. In the fourth stage, both the birth rate and death rate go to the lowest level, which leads to decline of population. In the final stage, the birth rate might slightly increase to keep it at the optimum level. India is said to be in the early third stage of this transition, with birth rates falling but still widely off the low death rate. As the industries are being set up, new towns and urban centers are increasing. The people from the rural areas are being attracted to the towns or cities with high aspirations of improving their socio-economical condition. As a result, there is a large-scale migration from rural to urban areas. Fourth one, impact of urbanization on Indian society. Urbanization is not a new phenomenon. It exists from centuries, right from the period of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro civilization. However, after the Industrial Revolution, new urban centers have been developed. New cities have come up in industrial towns like Mumbai, Surat, Bangalore, Hyderabad and so on in India. The urbanization is also taking place in the newly developing areas in spite of absence of industries. However, these urban centers or cities have come up due to increased activities in the tertiary sector like trade, commerce and services, which depend upon industrial and manufacturing products for sale, transportation, infrastructure, water, sewerage, public health and so on. Better lifestyle, better educational opportunities, health facilities, employment opportunities, along with the opportunity to provide one's social and economical condition have been motivating the people from the rural areas to migrate to urban centers. Therefore, cities and urbanization can be linked to the process of industrialization. Fifth, changes in social structure. Industrialization and urbanization has far-reaching changes on the society. For example, on structure and functions. In the pre-industrial societies, people used to depend upon agriculture as the main source of income. In the agrarian societies, land being the main source, it is held jointly by the family and all the members of the family used to work together. The eldermost member, the father if it is a patriarchal family and mother in the matriarchal family, used to exercise the authority on all the family members and property was held together. With industrialization and urbanization, new employment opportunities have attracted the people to migrate to the nearby towns or cities. This led to breakdown of joint families into nuclear families. The families which used to be both production cum consumption units have been reduced to consumption units only. The functions of the family like educating the children, religious functions, taking care of the family members when they are sick or ill and so on have been outsourced. The educational activities are taken away by the educational institutions. Hospitals have started taking care of the sick or diseased and so on. The economical functions has also been influenced by industrialization. In the modern societies, even girls have been encouraged to go for education and take up a job of their choice, have economical freedom and also have the property on her name, which was otherwise did not exist in the traditional patriarchal families. Industrialization undermines the importance of joint family and kinship groupings. The relationship with one's distant kins are weakening or breaking due to distant migration. It also decreases frequent contact with kins. A high level of social mobility is also the reason to keep themselves away from others, thus resulting in weak kinship relations. The intra-family and inter-family relations are changing. It does not mean that the children do not respect the elders or children completely ignore their obligations towards their parents and siblings or wives, challenge the authority of their husbands. One important change is that husband's dominant family is being replaced by egalitarian family where wife is given a share in the decision making process. However, in the modern societies, the attachment of children towards their families in spite of differences and strains is not frequently weakened. In the modern societies, monogamy form of marriage is being practiced widely. The practice of levirate widow inheritance, marriage by exchange, polygamy has been declined. Both the boys and girls exercise freedom in selecting their partners. In some urban areas, love marriages and live-in relations are slowly increasing. In the traditional societies, marriage is considered as a sacred bond which sustains for 7 births and the spouses cannot be separated even in death. With individualization, increased awareness, people, if they do not like the partner for any reason, are taking divorce. Changes in caste system. Caste system is predominantly found in the rural areas and class system in urban areas. In spite of the presence of caste system in the urban areas, caste identity tends to diminish with urbanization, education and the development of an orientation towards individual achievement and modern status symbols. 𝗪𝗓𝗫 has pointed out that among the westernized elite, class ties are much more important than caste ties. 𝗂𝗽𝗍 has identified 3 kinds of fusion. The first one on the job and in newer neighborhood in the city. Persons of different subcastes of different castes meet. The second one, inter-subcaste marriages take place promoting a fusion of subcaste. Democratic politics also foster the fusion of subcaste. Studies of many sociologists like 𝗧𝗏 𝗏, 𝗏, 𝗏 have shown that caste system continues to persist and exerts its influence in some sectors of urban social life while it has changed its form in some other sectors. Caste solidarity is not as strong as in urban areas as in the rural areas. Caste panchayats are very weak in the cities. In the urban areas, both the caste and class coexist. With industrialization and urbanization, new employment opportunities came into existence which gave scope to social mobility. Even the lower caste people have an opportunity to find a job based on their choice and also enhance their socio-economical condition. The caste associations and caste identity is playing a vital role in contemporary period in politics which governs the power dimensions. Caste acts as a vote bank both in rural and urban areas. Because of this, the caste system is being revived in urban areas. Caste is also becoming a basis for organizing trade unions or associations, which serves to protect the rights and interests of its caste members. The rules of interdining among different castes have very little meaning in the urban areas. Intercaste and interreligious, inter-region marriages have been increasing. Status changes. In the traditional societies, people used to acquire the status by birth itself. We call it as ascribed status, which is based on caste, age, gender, and so on. Due to rapid industrialization and urbanization, the status and authority patterns have been altered. In the modern societies, individuals are acquiring the status based on education, skills and experiences and so on. We call it as achieved status. Changes in gender relations. The gender relations within the family have undergone changes. The status of women has enhanced the gaining access to education and to work outside. The middle class women are getting employed in the white collar jobs and professions, whereas the lower class women find jobs in the informal sector. Women are also found in the formal sector as industrial workers. Due to industrialization and urbanization, not only men are forced to move out in order to increase their qualification and specialized skills as the market demands. Also, women, increasing number of women have taken to white collar jobs and entered different professions. These professions were instrumental in enhancing the social and economical status of women. The personal and social enlightened woman is forced to perform the dual roles, the social and the professional roles. The breaking of joint family also adds to their freedom, as women have better bargaining power and share in decision making in the nuclear family. Even now in the pre-industrial agrarian societies, the women of the family share production work in the agriculture as well as household industry like spinning and weaving, crafts and so on. As factory replaced the family as a unit of production, women were restricted to their homes while the men went out to do the factory work. Political changes. In the traditional Indian society, there used to be caste panchayats or village panchayats used to dissolve all the disputes which arise among the people. Industrialization has led to the changes in the political system through democratization. Democracy is accompanied by franchise to the public and rise of welfare state. Industrial work has provided the workers a chance to organize themselves in the form of trade unions based on ideologies or common interests and fight for their rights, both within the industry as well as the state. The traditional authority is undermined and universal legal system and modern bureaucratic organizations based on rationality has been given importance. Due to increased awareness, many political parties with various political ideologies came into existence. Some parties came into existence to address the local issues and some to address the issues at the national level. Some political parties have been launched to fight for a specific section of the people. Due to industrialization and urbanization, the migration rate has been increased. Different conflict situations have arisen with the growth of urbanization, such as unemployment and slums, which contribute to political instability. Sometimes the conflicts are observed between two castes or ethnic groups and so on. Changes in religion. Scientific spirit and rationality is the product of Industrial Revolution. This has challenged the hegemony of the church or religions. With the progress in science and technology, secular values have dominated the social life, which diminished the role of religion. The cognitive functions of the religion is taken over by science. Religion, which used to control the human behavior by certain rituals, traditions and practices, have lost its prominence. Critics of industrialization. Industrialization has been criticized by environmentalists and ecologists and have opposed unregulated industrialization, which led to over-exploitation of natural resources. Due to industrialization, the water bodies, soil, air has been polluted, which leads to health issues or problem. Due to increasing temperature, the glaciers are melting at a faster pace, which is increasing the water bodies. Due to industrialization and deforestation, the ozone layer is becoming thinner, resulting in ultraviolet rays reaching the earth directly. In countries like India, some agriculture communities and tribal population are opposing industries with the fear of losing their land and habitations. In this lesson, we have learned the changes which took place in the Indian society due to urbanization and industrialization. Urbanization and industrialization have generated employment opportunities and motivated the people to migrate to the urban areas for employment opportunities. Urban centers have given an opportunity for each and every individual to acquire the skills and take up any occupation of their choice. This also helped to uplift their social and economical conditions. Urbanization has broken the joint family system into nuclear family system, encouraged individualistic life, encouraged women to get educated and take up white-collar jobs, work in the formal sector, and so on. It also encouraged democratic form of government by undermining the traditional political setup.